Today I want to talk to you about child and parent class. Okay, so last time we talked about what a class is and the basic format of how to make a class happen in Python. So today I'm going to make two classes. One's going to be called the parent class and the other is going to be the child class. Okay, so the best way to understand this is through an actual example. So here we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's improvise a little bit. Let's say we have a class called employee. Employee. Okay, you put your colons there, hit space, and this employee, of course, is going to have some attributes. So df, sorry for the bell, underscore init and self. We have it right here. And let's say this employees have a f name or a first name and also a last name. And why not, let me write that correctly, L name, and also salary. Let's just say they have salary as well. Okay, so now I'm going to define them here in the bottom. I'm going to write self.fname equates fname, self.lname, keep messing lname equal to lname, and self, right, last, self.salary, salary, my typing skills are not good today, salary here as well. Okay, good. So I'm going to attempt to run this, see, just to make sure that everything's going well. Let's see, and as you can see, everything's looking good. Okay, so let's define a method for this class. Let's say we have a method called profile, which is basically going to display the first, last name, and salary of whatever employee we make or create in the bottom. Okay, so df profile self. We hit enter, and let's say print self.fname, self.lname, and self.salary. All right. So when I call this method profile, I should get back those three attributes. All right. So let's go down here and create our first employee. So E1, I'm going to call it E1. It's equal to employee. And the attributes are first, last name, and salary. So I'm going to say this first name of this employee is Richard. And its last name is Lopez. I mean, why not? And let's say the salary, the year salary is, I don't know, 32,000. Okay? Yeah. All right, so let's run it just to make sure that everything's going well. Okay, perfect. So let's try our method. E1.profile. So in the bottom, I should get its first name, its last name, its yearly salary. So here we go. Perfect. Richard Lopez, 32,000. Okay, so I'm going to call this the parent class, okay? And now, this is really interesting. Here in the bottom, I'm going to write, now watch this, class, okay? And the name of my class, let's say it's manager. Okay, so we have employees of a company, let's just say, and then, we have like a subclass called manager. Colons, and before we put colons, very important, parentheses, here comes the concept of a child class. You have to write the parent class. So I'm going to write employee, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write pass here. And I'm going to create another employee. I'm going to call it M1 because this M1 is basically going to be a child of an employee, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to call it manager. And I want you to see how everything gets inherited, okay, from the parent class, all right? So if everything is being inherited, then this manager should have the same three attributes, right? A first name. Actually, I'm going to run it just so you can see. Actually, I'm going to get a mistake, right? There you go. See? Let me See, manager missing 3 required positional arguments: F name, L name, and salary. Okay, so it's basically getting all this from the parent class, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna write now, I don't know, this manager's name is called, I don't know, Eric. I'm gonna recycle the same name I used last time. Eric, its second name is, I don't know, let's just say Ortiz. I mean, why not? And let's say its yearly salary is 50,000. Okay. So I'm gonna run it. Hopefully I don't get any mistakes. Perfect. Okay, so I've created a child. Okay, so an object that's coming from a child class. Okay, and let's see if it works. So and notice I haven't written any attributes. Okay, I'm getting all these attributes from here. So I wonder if I also have the methods. So let's see. M1 dot profile. Let's see if the methods are there as well. Profile. Okay, let me run this. And there you have it. Okay, let's see. Did it run? I don't think oh, sorry, my bad. I have to put the 2 parentheses there. It was my mistake. There you go. Eric Ortiz, 50,000. Okay, so not only I have the attributes, but also the methods. Okay, I've inherited everything. Okay. But again, you want to do a child class, it means that that's some sort of subclass that's going to have something different than the parent class, okay? So right now, I just have basically almost 2 identical classes. That's not too useful, right? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to remove the pass, and when you do that, you have to write DEF as well, okay? This is, you're going to be really specific with this. Let's see, you write DEF underscore in itself, and you're going to basically write all of this stuff again here in the bottom. All right, you have to do that. Now, so apparently, so once you do this, okay, I'm just going to explain this. Once you do this, apparently the child class loses all of this. Okay. I know it sounds strange, but once you write this, it's going to have its own what's called init. So it basically loses some of this stuff here in the parent class. So to keep all the methods in, I'm going to use a function called super. So you write super dot, let's see if I remember the syntax. I think it's something like that. Let me check my notes here real quickly. Okay, I want to do a child class. Excuse me just for a moment. Almost there. And yes, I think yeah, that's the actual syntax. Super, but with the dot after the parentheses. Okay, sorry for that. Dot init, and here I must write these guys. Control copy and paste. Okay, perfect. So when you do this, now not only everything gets inherited, but now you can add more stuff to a child class. So hopefully that makes sense. If you want to add things to a child class, you have to put this. If you write df in it, it loses everything. So you get it back with a super function, and now you can add things to it. Okay, so previously we just had a class that basically imitated its parents, all right? So hopefully that makes sense. Now these are managers, right? So let's say these managers have an extra attribute that regular employees don't have. For example, managers usually are in certain areas of the store. Okay, so let's say I have this new attribute called area. Now, since it's a new attribute that's not in the parent, you have to define it right here in the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna write self.area, and that's gonna be equated to area, okay? So I think I have some indentation issues. There you go, perfect. So I'm gonna run it. Let me run it real quickly. I have a mistake. It says 1 missing required argument in area. Let's see. Everything looks good for now. Area. Oh, of course. Okay, so of course. Here's the issue. So when I ran it, I got a mistake because manager now has a new attribute. So of course, Python asked me to write this last attribute of manager, not employee, of manager. So let's say this area is, I don't know, shoes, or shoes department, I don't know, shoes. I'm gonna write shoes underscore department, okay? So this is a manager called Eric. His last name is Ortiz. He wins yearly 50,000, and he's part of the shoe department. Okay, so let me run it again, and now everything runs perfectly. Okay, so now I have this subclass, this new object, right? That's different from employee. Okay, if you try to run employee with this new attribute, it won't run. You're gonna get a mistake. Okay, so E1, I'm gonna give it a try so you guys can see. E1 dot, let's try and print area. Print area, perfect. So we should get a mistake, right? So run. See, employee's object has no attribute area, okay? Because it's not defined here. That area attribute is only for a child class, right? So all I have to do for this to run is to change it to M1. M1, there we go. Let me run this. And there you have it, okay? Eric Ortiz, 5,000, and shoe departments. Okay, sure, shoe department, all right? So that's it for now. Hopefully that made sense. And yeah, child classes are quite useful, right? Until next time, see ya.